Hello, YouTube modeling community. It's Rusty Rotor with a, I don't know, weird week, I guess I could say. Uh, our community lost a great gentleman. Like, I've said before, I've never met him in person. I've admired his work. I've followed his work. I've seen every one of his videos several times. I've tried his methods, and I found them to be true. So anybody can say what they want to say about the man. He was a great modeler. He was a great person in the community. He supported the hobby and the community. So if nothing more, that's great in itself. So my heart, my thoughts, and my prayers go out to his family. Mr. Don Yost passed away yesterday. And it's a sad thing because, my bucket list, that was one of my things on there, was to get to meet the gentleman, shake his hand, and let him know what I thought, about his work. But that won't happen. I have seen his work secondhand, I guess I should say. A friend of mine sent a body to him and had it painted. And I saw the body. The work he did was perfect. I mean, as perfect can get for a paint job. So, that being said, I think he's really going to be missed. I'm going to miss his videos. I hope somebody picks up in his footsteps, a member of his family or a friend that was close to him. The gentleman that did all the filming all the time, I don't know if that was family. I think it was. So hopefully that gentleman picks up and keeps sharing his legacy with us. So we'll see. Also, our heart, our thoughts, and our prayers go out to Sean. Everybody knows him. Model car videos, or the model car video guy. I can't remember the exact name of his channel, guys. But everybody knows him as Sean. He's a great guy. His wife has been ill and has fallen ill again and is in the hospital. So he needs all the prayers and well wishes we can give him, and hope that she makes a full recovery and gets to come back home. And so, like, I think Tom made a video I saw earlier. If you ain't seen him for a while, you're not going to see him for a while. It's because he's tending to his wife. But our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers go out to him and his family also. And hope for a speedy recovery, or recovery as much as possible. So, that's why I said it's been a weird week. We've had kind of a lot. And there's more. There's more people that have things going on. These are just the ones that I'm aware of. It's sad, but, I'm getting older, so it's constantly in my mind. If something happens, what will I do? What can I do? And there's really nothing. You're just you're in God's hands, and, hopefully that everything works out good, and we get to see Sean back here soon. So I've been getting a lot of emails, lots of emails on shop cards. Just give you a little announcement update. I planned on having the new ones going to Acme. That is still the plan. My niece is the one that originally made my first ones, and she is making the new ones, but she is a full-time student, college. She works, and she's a member of the drama club, and everything that goes in part with that. And she's very busy. So I told her, just school first, take your time. So they may or may not be done by October or at Acme. But for all you that have sent me an email requesting one, as soon as they come in, you'll get them. I've saved all y'all's mailing information and the names. So just know as soon as they come in, I'll be getting them out to you. I can't give you a date or a time. This is, I guess, normally what's on the bench. Jay's parts came. I'll show them to you. A lot of you guys may have used these before. This is just a cheap way out, and they're not really that cheap. They're kind of pricey, but these are the A&N fittings. These come bare because they're cheaper, and all you gotta do is, I gloss black them, and then I use the All-Clad over them. I throw them in the incubator, as Matthew says, and let them, cure up. And then I use the Tamiya clear red, clear blue, or whatever color you want to make them to represent, like you see in the picture, the color, how they're blue and red. That one's gold and blue. So you can do it various ways. But these are two different sizes, and these are pretty much what I needed for all the stuff I'm doing on J's, from the overflow can, from the fuel filter, the fuel pump, all that things. They're all going to be braided lines, so we needed these to put those on there. So now I can get focused back on J's. Meanwhile, I've been knocking this Mercedes out, and I want to just tell you guys one thing first, because it's always my first question when I look at a trans kit, and I start doing research. I see if anybody else has used it. Did they have issues? Did it fit well? All those important things, because you're dropping $100 or $80, $70, whatever it may be, excuse me, on a trans kit. You can take those off. And, that's hard-earned money. So you don't want to do it and then nothing fits right. This trans kit is spot on. Everything fits perfect. Now, it's up to you as a modeler to put it in place, but you literally could throw the parts in the box, shake it up, and boom, it's that good. There's not a part yet, and I've gone through all my main pieces, got things primered, some of them are done, ready for final assembly. I still got body work to do. I've got the first couple coats of primer on it, so now I can see where I need to sand and do a little more filling, some more sanding. I waited for those coats to put the rear spoiler on. Now I got to come back through there with some putty and sand that all down real good. Then I can do my final coat of primer. I'm not rushed on this, so this is a good spot for me to just stop. Everything will cure and dry. I can be working just on the body, and when it's done, get it primed, wet sanded, and we're going into paint, and then it's basically final assemblies. The windows, glass, that kind of stuff, all the little chrome accents. To me, that's all the final assemblies. We're going to take a look at it. First, I'm going to show up some pieces. Be a lot easier. You can see the vents. I've got them primed. Now these get mesh behind them. Same way with the grill, and it comes with the kit, the Tamiya kit, the Mercedes kit. And then there's two chrome, I don't know what you call them, bars that go across the face of this when everything's done. And I'm going to say this. I've heard it a million times, and it's nothing negative. Tamiya kits are superb. I know there's probably people that's struggled with the Tamiya kit, whether it's older or newer, and it's had issues. Well, that's going to happen no matter what brand we buy. But it's plastic. You can take care of all that stuff with no problem at all. It just takes a little extra time. If you're in a rush, you're in the wrong hobby. If you want something to turn out very nice to display, or you're giving it as a gift or whatever, even if you're just a kid and you want to sit down and play with it, you want it to look nice. That's the whole goal in it. So every kit has its own little picadillos, little issues. So far with this kit, I've really found none. The frame was really fiddly, but went together like a breeze, like it was supposed to. I didn't really have issues as far as it fitting right. It was just figuring out from the pictures. My nose is really driving me nuts. Figuring out from the pictures which angle the parts go. That was a little confusing, but that was just me interpreting what they had on there. But more or less, it's great. I still have like 3 or 4 pieces to add to the suspension. But it's a rolling chassis right now. Engine is installed, driveline is installed. We still got engine components to put on it, intake, a few other things. Dislikes of this kit, their paint scheme, everything is satin black or flat black. Satin black, flat black. Interior color, exterior color. And that is it. There's no real wide range of color. So I'm trying to add little splashes of color here and there where I can. You guys know how my tastes are and how I do my cars. So it's what it is. I was going to put the little Brembo decals on. These didn't come with the kit. These are the ones I showed you guys. The decal lady will make. They're in 4 different colors, 2 different brands. I like putting these on my calipers. This one, I was going to, and then I was like, nah, I think it was just a little too over the top. But I did paint my calipers red. I could have done them, yellow, whatever, blue, to add that really extra color. But the colors in this are all the interior colors and a lot of chrome. Hopefully a very beautiful paint job, and lots of shades of black. So we're getting 3 to 4 colors, and I may add a little touch of red throughout here and there on certain things. I've just not finalized that in my head yet. But everything, primarily, other than chrome pieces, has been primed or painted, or both, whatever, and ready for assembly. So we're going to go through them real quick. These are what comes with the trans kit. These are your tail or pipe tips, whatever, exhaust tips. I sprayed them black, and then I chromed them. I left the insides black to represent the soot. This is where I'm thinking about painting a red. This little bracket here at the back, painting that red to represent like you'd see on a Ferrari or Anza or Monza bore tips, whatever they were called back in the day. So that may get a little just splash of regular Brembo caliper red across the back of there. Those got a little drying left to do. It does come with a little plaque, so when you put it in a display case, it tells you what it is. Sorry guys, it's not going to focus. Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, Fat Boy, 124 scale. It even tells you the scale down there. So it's a nice little addition. I did paint that black. I cleared it, and then I chromed it. I'm going to put one more coat of chrome on that before I put it up. We got our foot pedals, painted, ready to go. Our muffler, this is what comes with the trans kit, is ready. And the exhaust is painted. And this is where you cut it off the muffler there. So when it comes down, this just goes into here. Oops. I'm trying to hold it and do it at the same time. It goes in there like that. So it's just like the kit was. And I can let go of it. It holds it. Oop. Dropping everything now. So there's those. Let's see what else. Yeah, come on. I haven't had the dropsies all day. All right. Of course, it shows you how smooth his prints are. That's just black primer on there. No lines visible. That's just smooth. Once I put a clear coat on that, you wouldn't know that was 3D printed. I still have it on the braces because I got to take it off, sand the back, and paint it black too before I either carbon fiber it or I don't know yet. It's still up for debate too. I think these got to be, I painted them interior color. I think they got to be painted body color. But I may leave them interior color. These are for the hood. This is for the gull wings. So I'll probably leave this interior color. And then I'll reshoot those body color. We've got our dashboard painted, finaled. This is splash interior leather tan. And then, like I said, I always try to buy craft paints that are similar to what I use for my interior colors. So I can still airbrush like my seats, the tub, door panels, stuff like that, and dashboard. And then when it comes to getting in tight little areas such as this with chrome, I have the secondary color that I can use. So now all my gauge bezels are clear. All the chrome edging is just crisp and right. I also have to do is put my decals in there. I've already varnished this to protect it because it's just right over chrome. It don't want to peel off. And if you rub it too much, it'll take it all off. But it's not going to be handled much to put the decals on it, assemble it, and then put it in the interior tub. I think I will add one of MGSF's ignition key and thingamajigger tumbler before I put it in. So I got to figure out where that goes and drill a hole and get that chromed and installed. The door panels. Door panels are done and ready to go. Chrome handles, each rivet got painted chrome like it's per instructions. These are the fog lights. These little brackets, you got two to choose from, go in replace of the bumper, where the holes are in the front for the bumper. So it's got a little pedestal right here that the headlamp sits right on, and the fog light is 3 pieces. It's got the main bezel, the outer bezel, and then it's got a clear lens that goes in between those two, and they fit perfect. So, here's the steering wheel. I think I showed it to you guys before. This came with the trans kit, same as those fog lights. The shifter is already in the car. I've got to do some touch up on the shaft of the shifter. We've got all of our components for the firewall painted. They're ready to go on. Our belt buckles, seat belt buckles, are all chromed. You guys can see those. These here, guys, I think these are spaced apart just right, so I can show you. Hold on, can't see nothing. They will, if you do so choose to. These do go together. This, I would love to have about 500 of them, because I'd use these on every build. That way I could get creative, buckling them in over on the passenger seat, the back seats, and then have it unbuckled in the driver's seat type of display. But they're very cool. So I chromed those. Just got to let them finish curing. Those came with the trans kit. He gives you plenty of ribbon to do it, which I have my own. It doesn't matter. See what else we haven't looked at yet. This is one piece of the chassis it's got to go in. There's another one right here, the sway bar, and then these 2 other bars. I don't know exactly what those are, where they go, but we'll get those in too if they go in. I found a couple extra parts in the kit that don't even go to this kit, so there must be another version of this that required those parts. So yeah, I'm going to hold this up. Another thing about Tamiya I'm noticing is fitment. It is perfect, guys. 0 flash. And their fitment, I mean, look at that. They're not in place, but just sitting there like you're supposed to. The caps are perfect. Everything fits. It just sits there. I can display it right now in primer. And it fits. So if I remove them, I'll flip this up. Whoops. I don't have the seats glued in yet either. This was just a mock-up so I could get the wheels and tires and brakes and everything in place. So now if you look at it, you can see through there, you can see the rotors and calipers. Painted the white letters. They just barely peek out of the wheel wells. Fronts are in. So that's permanent. They won't come back off again. The hood, like I said, I've just got it kind of mocked up. There's one of the seats. We'll get the seatbelts on theirs before we install them. The engine is in, and it is roughly detailed underneath, just by paint. The other seat out there before I drop it, bust the paint off of it. The interior tub is 2 pieces. One's part of the firewall. You can see down in there. And then the front's the black. I do need to, I got to do some masking on this and paint. Oh, where I painted interior color, it gets body color. There is wheel wells for the back. That gets painted body color on the inside and black on the out. So I still got to two-tone those. What else? Oh, he printed off these teeny tiny little, these are emblems. It says Fat Boy. We get it to focus. Come on, you piece of junk. Maybe that angle, well, a little bit of angle, you can see it. I mean, that's microscopic. But, you know, you just, and they'll come right off there. I chromed them. I'll just let them cure. And there's 2 of them on here. It says Fat Boy. And I got another one that's got 2 of them on there. So you can put them on the fenders. One on the trunk if you want. One on the dash. I think I'm going to keep the interior true to the kit. I did change the shifter and the steering wheel, of course. But, you know, I'll probably use the rub-off transfers. One for the dash. The other ones I'll just keep. I'll probably put the Mercedes-Benz one on it somewhere. And maybe the 300 SL up in the grill or something. You utilize those as much as possible because they look killer. The bottom pan is clear, so if you wanted to put it together and have all that chassis visible, because look guys, that's a shame. All that tubular chassis, it's all going to get hidden. But I know it's there. I will not glue the chassis to the body. It's got 2 pins in the front, 2 pins in the back. It interlocks very nice. Now, if I really slung it, it'd probably fly out because of the weight of the engine and everything else. But, I mean, I'm so used to modifying and getting stuff to work. I think that's why I'm kind of amazed. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to paint this black. I thought about carbon fibering this. And I was like, well, maybe I'll buy another one and get another Fat Boy kit and do it that way and do full carbon fiber here. We will take our time and we'll do a carbon fiber body on this. I kind of like I want to say a Reeve. I may say your name wrong, sir. I apologize, but I think it's a Reeve or a Rev. He's on YouTube and he's on Instagram. Dylan NYS kind of collaborates with him a lot. They've become pretty good friends. The guy's been super nice to me. I've not got to talk to him a lot, but I really admire his. Lee calls him the carbon fiber maestro, carbon fiber maestro. He's amazing at carbon fiber. Not that I'm good at it, because I'm not. There is a line, dedicated line, basically straight down the center. So I could wishbone it, whatever it's called, split the thing in half there. Keep that momentum coming up, center of the car, all the way down, and then we'll do a clear color over top of it, probably a smoke, and then clear coat it all. That way that carbon fiber shows up through. I got to do some more research on how to do that, by the way. I'm not just rattling stuff off that I would like to try. But this would be a great kit to redo it again. Expensive, yes. Worth it, very much. I think the trans kit is like $100, a little over $100, but that's because, you know, it's coming from Poland to Upscale Hobbies, and from Upscale Hobbies to you. So everybody's got to make a little money. It's just the way the world works. But I can definitely tell you, is it worth it? Yes, because his parts fit perfect to this. His instructions are great. I mean, now in hindsight, when it came to this right here, spoiler location, if you look at mine, it's pretty much similar. It really is designed to go by the measurement he gives you. It puts it further down, and the curvature of the trunk, the concaveness of the spoiler will fit better. If you look at mine, you probably see some gaps there on the end a little bit, but that's okay because I'm putting this in. Like I said, I want it to be as if it was all part of the body, that kind of look. My fenders are all in. You can see, like right there, some little holes. I got to fill that in. I got some sanding still to do down in here, a little bit on the back side, and pretty much on each one of these I got to do that. But like I said, this was just the first coat of primer to show me, make the stuff reveal that I couldn't see with my eye. And now I can see it, and I see that I got a little bit of work. And I got a fender coming loose somehow. So I need to take care of that also. But other than that, man, it's going to be a great looking model. That stance looks like a Cobra in the front. It's kind of what this reminds me of. Oh, I got the speakers in too. I just black washed the chrome and then glued them in place. You can see the shifter in there. I do need to give it another coat of chrome to brighten it up. So Molotow goes a little dull, and if you lay it heavier, then it'll really shine. So I got to do that. I still need to put the flocking on the interior, and we'll do it all back here too. The sides will be like they're wrapped in leather, so we're not just the flat area, and the back area back here, that'll all be flocked all the way up and flocked all the way up to the top of the firewall on the inside, over the trans tunnel. But that's it. We're not going to flock here or anywhere else. So yeah, I'm enjoying this, guys. I know, like I said, a lot of people are leery of buying a trans kit, especially a new company come out nobody's really heard of. He's really done his due diligence to try to get his name out there via all the platforms. He has a channel on YouTube. He's on Instagram. He's on Facebook. I mean, he's really pushing it. I think he's got a great thing. His products I've all used so far. They've all been great. They look great. They look the part. They fit. Like I said, the key goes into the tumbler automatically. There's no second guessing or having to try to carve it down a little bit to get it fit in there. No. If you put your paint on too heavy, then you may have to. All the way down to the minute things like the seat belts. They'll actually go together. And I've seen some other ones that'll do that too. But, it's unique. You get something like that and you're like, oh, this just isn't going to fit good. I'm going to be fighting this. No, you're really not. I'm not the best body man. So I know I always got more work in when I do something like this. Adding these fender flares and spoilers in front, spoilers in the rear. So I'm at a point, like I said, now I can just work on the body and take my time. I've got most of the interior done. Once I get all that done, then I can go to paint. And then really it's final assembly, guys. So, next week will be pretty much dedicated to Jay's. I'm still waiting on the Lincoln Pro Street and my carbon fiber to get here. I guess there's a delay, there's a problem. I don't know, but Mark stays in contact with me and lets me know what's going on, which is great. I would just like to get it at least started, get the hard parts out of the way, get things fitted the way I'm comfortable with it being, and trying to figure out what I need to do. Because I am taking 2 kits and making 1, so we'll see. There was something else. We did shop cards. We did that. Oh, thank you to all my past, present, and future subscribers. Remember, guys, to see stuff like this, if you like this, let me know. Leave it down in the comments. And if you want to see more of it, hit that bell notification. Let me know you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff. I do have quite a few Tamiya kits, and after now building this one, because I built one when I was a lot younger, and I don't remember much about it, and I may have just kind of blown it up before I got it done. So far, I would buy another one of these, hands down, no issues. I wouldn't even second guess it. If I had the money and I had an idea on how I wanted to do it, I would buy it again. This trans kit, I would buy it again without second thought. I don't, even though it costs that much, guys, that when you want to build something of this scale and this magnitude, it's going to cost money. Balling on a budget. Ball on a budget where you have to save the money to be able to buy the more expensive things that you want. Tools, kits, whatever it may be. I bought this kit. This kit wasn't provided to me by anybody. Boy, I wish Tamiya sponsored me. Wouldn't that be great? No, I'd be probably blown away. I can see I got to add a little bit back here too, where you fill in the back bumper spots, because it doesn't get a back bumper. It is what it is, because where I cut it out for the exhaust, by the way, which lines up perfect. I did mock it up to make sure, because I was a little hesitant that I might have had this too low. I don't, just a hair too low, but it's not going to matter. It fits in there perfect. I still have a little room all the way around. That's all that matters. But there's two little holes back here, and this one's got, I need to fill in just a little bit, and this one just a little bit. I still need to put a little putty down here on this corner where I filled in the cutout for the factory exhaust. But you can see, guys, that's filled in pretty good so far. It looks pretty good. Body line is here, right here. The body line flattens out, so that's where I need to fill just a little bit more. How you can kind of see that body line come around. Boom. This one comes around, and then boom, gets flat right here. So a little putty, a little shaping, then a little sanding, get it all smooth back out. I got some little bit of putty to put in back here, sanding. My worst side, if there was any, really there's not. They're all about the same amount as far as what I got to add. This one's probably the worst. Up here, you can see, just didn't get enough putty in there. So I got to get more putty in there and get it sanded down, smoothed out. This time I'll be using less. Less is more. Don't want to create more work for myself. I want to do bare minimum to achieve, the look. So, and the wheels turn out good. I clear coated the wheels. Tires are, tire black. Did the white letters on them. So it's really got a good look. Like I say, it looks like a Cobra, just like that. To me, it does. So yeah, you get the cool factor of an old classic Mercedes, but now it's resto modded, and it's turned out. I do have to do one thing. So you see this. This one sits kind of far. If you look at that one, it's perfect. Well, it's a little far. I guess they're both about a little close to front. But the differential is in where it's supposed to be. The chassis is put into the body where it's supposed to be. That's where it's lined up. So that's just the look it has, which I don't mind that. I guess if you knew this in advance, you could adjust and scoot the differential back a hair somehow. I mean, there is maybe a 1/16 of an inch, but that ain't much before it hits the gas tank. Or you could cut that notch down, reshape it, and then get maybe an 1/8 of an inch and scoot those rear wheels back just a hair. That would be better. Because you can't go anywhere with the chassis to scoot it forward or back. It is where it's supposed to be. The differential is where it's supposed to be. That's all factory lined up. Using the trans kit does not change any of this. This is all kit. The only difference is the tires and wheels, the fender flares. One other thing I wish this had is that these came down and went into a side skirt also. I think that would have looked really cool. But maybe he'll redesign it and come out with a true wide body kit down the road. But it would be easy to put on, fit right in and blend it in and paint it. it is lowered now due to his your hubs are with the trans kit. They automatically change the height from the factory height, so the car sits lower now, which is really cool. You don't have to modify it; it fits just like the Tamiya part would, and when you're all done, it's got a lower chassis. And by cutting the inside of the fender wells out, that allows the tires to go up that distance and then hug inside the fender wells and give you that European sports car look. But I'm really enjoying this, guys. This has been fun because everything just goes together. I'm not fighting nothing tooth and nail. I am debating on adding some detail underneath the hood. It's there, you know what I'm saying? It's not there, but it is there. If you look at that engine, now the intake's not on it yet, but there's this little gizmo right down here. If you guys know what that is, tell me. I think it might be like an oil cooler. It's got a shaft that comes out here and goes up to the front drive of the belt pulley assembly. So I'm assuming that's probably, being on the oil pan, it's probably an oil pump of some sort. So I don't know if those are fittings where lines would come off those and go to the oil pan or up to the catch can, whatever it would go to. So if you guys know, let me know down in the comments, because I could really add some detail to that by adding those little lines in there. Not going to add a lot through here because you're not going to see it once I paint this and I put this bottom plate on there. I've even mocked this up with that in there, and that fits perfectly in there like it's supposed to. And I seen a slot for the exhaust to come out of there. You can see my piece of the exhaust already there. Come down here and there's a little keyhole. Where to go? Right in here. Maybe do a little cutout for that to hit. And then, your muffler sits back here. So, I mean, to me, it did a great job with this kit, I think. It's personal opinion. I've heard people kind of complain about this kit before, but I really don't see why. Maybe it's the purists they're looking at it, that other things should be a certain way. But I did research the dash, and that's pretty damn accurate as far as what's on there. I mean, I think this is like a 50s model car or something like that. Went a whole lot of stuff in the 50s. It was just expensive, and still now it's even more expensive. So let me know, guys, what you think about this. I don't want to ramble on too much today. Again, please take a moment out of your day, say a prayer for Sean's wife and Sean and the rest of his family. Say a prayer for Mr. Don Yost's family. These are hard times for their families, more than some of us would ever know. I unfortunately I've lost both my mother and my father. I've lost an uncle. I've lost my grandparents. I've got another uncle that I'm really close with. His health isn't doing that good. And I have an aunt also, but I don't talk to her. And I have a half aunt. I don't talk to her much either. So, losing him will be like losing a brother. It's when you get older, those things start happening, and it really sucks. I'm really tired of going to, funerals and listening to all of it. I kind of like to just kind of block it out because I know there's still more coming, and it's never fun. So I can feel for them because I know what that's like, especially with Mr. Yost's family. I never knew he was sick. I have some close friends that made some posts, talked about it a little bit. They didn't get in deep detail, which they don't need to. That's family business. But it's a shame that we're losing. And I know Sean's probably at his wit's end. His wife's been struggling with this for quite a while. And, he's every time I talk to him and see him, he's always in great spirits. So to handle that and be that, that just shows how much of a great guy Sean is, his character. I can't speak any higher of him, and my prayers go out to him and his family. So yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. It's Friday. You guys have a great weekend. Like I said, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Blow the comments up, guys. It's kind of a reward for me to see that people understand what I'm talking about, or what I'm saying, or what I'm showing. Uh, Even if it's just a simple comment. But it does help the analytics too. And that's, we're trying to get those analytics pushed forward so we can keep gaining, and my channel will be up here a little bit where it's more visible to other people. It's just balancing in the wind. I started at the same time as several other people, and they've flown by me, and they were amazed and thought that I would fly by them, and it's been the other way around. I don't know what's playing with it. If it's YouTube doing it, that's fine. A lot of people don't like what I say, what I do, or what I'm showing. That's fine. There's channels out there that do all the other stuff that I don't do, and I watch them myself. So, there's that. I've been getting a lot of help from Ernest lately, so thank you, Ernest. I appreciate you, brother. The other gentleman that's helping me on the diorama stuff, I think he's got some plans and ideas what he's going with. So I'm grateful to him. And like I said, I'm going to figure out a way to put people's names in this diorama somehow. Even if I put a plaque on there, co-designed or parts by, whatever it is, because it's not all this stuff's not happening just because of me. It's happening to have great people like you out there that are offering to help, and I greatly appreciate it, because everybody needs help from time to time. I don't really ask for nothing. I offer compensation if I do. You guys send it free, and that's greatly appreciated. If there's anything I can ever do, I'll do it. Lickety split. And I'm not going to ask for anything in return. That's just, to me, that's part of this community, why this community is great. So if you guys were new here and you're just turning on YouTube and find out what modeling's all about, and you want to get involved in it, watch these videos, guys, because this is a great community. This is something that a lot of us that are, let's say, 45 and above were never used to when we were young, because there was no such thing. It didn't exist. There wasn't even cell phones. There was none. As we got older, that stuff came along, and it's still coming along. But a lot of people out there don't think about us people on here posting stuff about model cars, tips, tricks, all the different kits we have, different ways of painting, how to take care of this. They're not aware of all that. They just build in their little room, and they get done, they put it up on the shelf. Some are aware of shows, some aren't even aware there's shows for those things. So this is just our way of getting all that out there to everybody, spreading the love, the information. So in return, please flood those comments. Let me know what you think about it. If you know it's going to be a real lengthy one, send me an email. It's always down below. You need paints, tweezers, scissors. You need kits, whatever it may be. Visit Hobby Nut Models down there. He's got everything you need. It's a great website, and he's a super great guy. Ryan Jones, go check out his website, guys. When you get done, if you use his wheels, you can send him pictures of your build, and he'll put it on his website. He's got a special category in there for that. You can go in there and see everybody's builds and designs using his wheels. That's a great thing. And if you see something on there and it's out of stock or it's discontinued, contact him and ask him where you can find those. If you print, you can go on Colt's page and find all of his tires and wheels there. There are some that are dedicated only to Iceman collections, as I've said before, and the other guy, can't think of his name, sorry. They're exclusive to them, so they have the rights to them. So when they're done with those, maybe he puts them up on his website, I don't know. But usually most of those guys keep them around because somebody will come along like me or you, once that's set and it's no longer available, and they may special make that for you. It's going to cost you a few extra dollars, because when they run production on those, they're running those constantly and then build up a supply, and then when that supply is gone, they stop. They don't do it anymore. So they have to change settings. They have to, you know, redo stuff just for one person for one particular side of wheels. So that's a specialty item. Then it's going to cost a little bit more, but definitely check them out. MGSF. You're thinking about doing it? If you got the finances, pull the trigger. Expect to do a lot of body work. I'm talking body work is putty sand. If you're happy with just putting the fenders on the way they are and painting them, more power to you. If you're good with CA glue and baking soda, more power to you. There's a million different methods to fill in the gap of the fender well to make it look like it's part of the body. I chose putty. This is Tamiya kit. I'm using Tamiya putty. I use white and gray. From here on out, I'll be using the gray. That way it blends in with the primer pretty good. And just take your time on that part. The rest of it goes together really simple and fast. A lot of painting, just like on any other model. If you're thinking about it, do it. You're not going to be sorry. I can't say it anymore. So I went a minute past, minute 18 seconds. You guys have a great weekend. Again, say some prayers for this gentleman and their families. Definitely going to miss Mr. Yost, his videos. I enjoyed them every Friday. Today, bummed out. And I've been wondering why I haven't seen any in a while. That explains things. And, you know, Sean, his wife, please say a prayer for them. He's a great pillar in this community. I wouldn't have any negative thing to say about him. He's just deserved for every prayer and well wish we can send his way, and his lovely wife. So I hope everything gets better for you, Sean. I hope she comes home soon, and I hope the best for Mr. Yost's family. So this is Rusty Roeder. I'm out.